Salve a tutti and welcome all to my lecture concert about Italian Baroque music. Today I'm going to explore with you some peculiarities that characterize Italian organ music of that time and differentiate it from the other styles. I'm in Palermo, my hometown and regional county seat of Sicily. This marvelous place where I'm recording this lecture is San Domenico Church, one of the most important churches in the city. It is the Pantheon of Palermo, because inside of it there are monuments and remains of great personalities that made the history of the city. It is an ancient building. Inside of it we observe several architectural styles, from medieval to modern era. However, the predominant one is Baroque. This stylish variety affects everything inside and outside of the building, not just the architecture. As a matter of fact, looking at the altar, there is an Italian Baroque organ above it on the left and a romantic one on the right. And just a couple of years ago, there was a third one used to accompany choirs during services. The word Baroque is an old term from medieval era. It means bizarre, extroverted, and it's hard to assign it to a clear delimited time. We can say it embraces the time frame from composers like Giovanni Gabrieli to Johann Sebastian Bach and Handel. On the contrary, Baroque organ is a modern expression. It was used for the first time in Germany, and it indicates the perfect organ in Bach's time, an instrument that included all the previous organ tendencies established in Europe. In Italy, the Renaissance organ renovation started with the Flemish and German influences. In the middle of the 17th century, the Flemish Guglielmo Hermanns and the German Eugenio Casparini perfectly matched the northern organ sonorities with the Italian taste, and so the Italian organ renovation began. At that time, the Italian organ was called organo da concerto because it could be played to perform the 18th century concert, a kind of composition which needed several and different sonorities. The first important difference between the Italian organ and the other European organs is the presence of just one manual. This doesn't mean that all the Baroque organs in Italy have that. However, it was not usual to build organs with more than one manual at that time. The second difference is the pedal board. It is always linked to the first octave of the manual and it is short. These two aspects surely influenced the Italian organ music. The organ behind me was built by Donato del Piano. He was a Benedictine monk. He was born in 1704 in Grumonevano, near Naples. After he had learned the Napolitan music tendencies of his century, still very young he came to Sicily with his older brother Giuseppe in 1725. Their cooperation as organ builders lasted just few years. The biggest organ built by Donato del Piano is in Catania, city of Sicily located on the east coast. That organ is inside San Niccolò l'Arena church and consists of 4 divisions, each one with its own keyboard, so the organ can be played by 4 organists simultaneously. The main console has 4 manuals put together, so even just one organist can make the entire organ playing. Since Donato del Piano had good connections with the Dominican order, they commissioned him the organ in San Domenico church in 1769. This instrument was completed the following year, and it is the only Del Piano's instrument in the city of Palermo. Obviously, it is an organ with tracker action. It has one manual located in a position called a finestra. It means like a window, placed on the anterior part of the box. The keyboard consists of 50 keys from C1 to F5 with a short octave at the bottom. Keys and levers are made of wood. The pedal board is always a unique kind called alla siciliana. It means Sicilian way, with the pedal levers protruding from the box. It is not independent, it is linked to the first octave of the manual and it is also short. So in the short octave, the notes order is C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, B. Same thing we have with pedals. We start with C, then D above here, E, F, G, A, B flat, B. To build the pipes, Del Piano used a metallic lid rich in tin. About the tuning system, this instrument is tuned with a mean-tone temperament. This kind of temperament became very popular starting from the 16th century because it facilitated the tune necessities of fifth and third intervals. The organ boxes where the pipes are located have stylistic peculiarities of late Renaissance with Roman and Spanish Baroque influences. The Sicilian boxes date back to the 18th century and they are divided in 3 sections. On the rear of the box, we can still see the wind reservoirs with the ancient mechanism. There are two of them with one rope each one. In the past, this organ needed two people to be played. One of them had to pull the ropes so the air could flow into the wind reservoir and give the right pressure to make the pipe sound. The second person was the performer playing the keyboard. Today, an electric blower blows air into them. Here, there are also located the 8 pipes of the pedal division. Another important peculiarity is the phonic pyramid of those organs. In total, this instrument has 15 stops, 11 ripieno stops, 1 voce umana stop with pipes of Roman body shape made of tin, 1 flauto corista stop, 1 flauto ottavino, and 1 cornetto. So, the first and most important stop is the principale. The masters organ builders of that time developed a very particular sound of it. We can say it is the pure organ sound and it is the foundation of the ripieno. We can describe the sound of Italian principale pure in harmonic sounds. It doesn't have a strong timbre. Despite this, it has a beautiful and profound auditory expansion that makes it perfect to blend with the other stop sounds. Del piano's organs always have at least 2 principali stops. On this instrument, they are of 16 foot. Let's take a look at these two stops and a difference between them through a short cadenza. The Italian ripieno characterizes in a specific and exclusive way the Italian organ. It is very different from the German mixture, French plangé, and Spanish lleno. It is considered the foundation sound exaltation through the artificial harmonic sounds of eighth and fifth intervals, balanced in their power toward the acute pitch. There are no third harmonic sounds in it. We can build the ripieno following the natural harmonic sound series: unison, octave, fifth, etc. In this way, we can decide to have a full ripieno or just part of it. This last lever is the tira tutti lever. It means that it pulls all the other levers related to the ripieno out. About the flute division, its pipes are opened and made of wood. This organ has three kinds of flute stops, as we said. As the principale kind stops build the ripieno, the flute kind stops build a cornetto. Its peculiarity is the presence of the third harmonic sound. Another peculiar stop of the Italian tradition is called voce umana or fiffaro. It is an 8-foot stop, rarely 6 or 4 foot, and it belongs to the oscillating stops category. Italian voce umana stop is completely different from the French voix humane, even if they have the same meaning. That is a reed stop with a short pipe. The Italian one, instead, consists of flute pipes and it is tuned in relation with the principale pipes. They are always used together to produce oscillations in the sound wave. The resultant effect is like a mystic and contemplative sound, perfect for some compositions as Frescobaldi's toccatas all'elevazione. As we know, every nation and culture developed its own style, made by all the other influences. The result of that mixture is the birth of many masterpieces, and Baroque period left many treasures to the arts world. About Baroque music, we have to think of it as something new, plenty of life and innovation, because that's what composers were looking for at that time. For instance, Frescobaldi, on his first notice about the way to play his toccatas, says that his music doesn't have to obey to any measure. It means it is extremely free, according to the taste of that style. It also says that his toccatas are plenty of sections and performers can decide to start or finish from any section they want according to their taste and their necessity. And like Frescobaldi, we have many other composers and their repertoire that show such innovation in the structure, form and harmony. Thank you for being together on this video. I wish you all a happy new year, plenty of wonderful music. Arrivederci, a presto!